In the previous video, we have seen how we can find slope of a line if the angle between the line with the positive direction of x-axis in anti-clockwise direction is given. But what if we are given the coordinates of any two points on a line, and the question is to find the slope? How we will find the slope of the line? It means that this is x-axis and y-axis, and there is a line L. Instead of this angle theta, we are given 2 points, point P whose coordinates are x1, y1, and point Q whose coordinates are x2 and y2. Instead of this angle theta, we are given coordinates of 2 points, and the question is find the slope of the line. So how we can find the slope? We know that slope means, see, in this chapter all the formulae are interrelated, okay, or they all are same, only the presentation is different. The presentation is based on what is given in the question. If theta is given, we will write slope is equals to tan theta. If coordinates are given, the formula is same, tan theta, because perpendicular by base. But here we will find perpendicular and base in terms of the coordinates. So we know that slope means tan theta. Okay, now here we are given coordinates. Coordinates means the distance from x-axis and y-axis we are given. So from these 2 points we will draw a perpendicular on x-axis. Okay, let this point be L. See, the derivation is not in your syllabus, but if you really want to see how this formula, how this formula, earlier it was in the form of tan theta, now it is in the form of coordinates. So what is the relation, how we can derive? Okay, so you can see here, otherwise you can just skip and you can directly check the formula. And here also, when we draw a perpendicular, let the point be M. So this L, can you tell me the coordinates of point L? The point is on x-axis, so of course the y coordinate will be 0. And since we have drawn a perpendicular from the point P, it means this x1 is the distance from the origin, okay, along x-axis. So this distance is actually x1. Similarly, here the coordinate of x-axis is x2, means this distance is x2. Okay, similarly, from this point, this vertical distance, from this point, this vertical distance is y1, and here the vertical distance is y2. Okay, and here from this point to this point we will draw a perpendicular. Let it be point N. So they all are perpendicular. Okay, so it means this PN is now parallel to this LN. Okay, so if this one is y1, this one is also y1. Okay, it means we can find this QN. So this QN will be the whole y2 minus y1. So distance up to here will be y2 minus y1. Similarly, the distance between this PN will be the whole x2 minus x1. Now why we are finding this? Because we want to find the theta. This is theta, this will also be theta, because this line y and this line PL are parallel. Okay, so the theta, they are actually corresponding angles. Okay, these two lines are parallel. Okay, if you extend, you will find that this line PN and x-axis are parallel, and these two are corresponding angles, and corresponding angles are equal. So if you find this angle or this angle, both are same. Okay, since we are not given the whole this side and this side, so we will consider this triangle. Okay, so now we will write in triangle P and Q, which is a right angle triangle. Okay, which is a right angle triangle at this point, and the angle is 90 degree. So here this is given theta. So we can find theta, tan theta, we can find tan theta equals to perpendicular. Perpendicular means this qn upon base. Base means this pn. Now perpendicular means this qn, and qn is y2 minus y1, and this base is x2 minus, and this is the formula. Okay, this is the only formula. So if you are not at all interested in the derivation of the formula, it's completely okay, because it's applied maths. We have to apply, okay, we have to use the result. Okay, application part we need to focus more. So if the coordinates of 2 points are given, then the formula to find slope of a line is y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. This is the formula. Now how we can use the formula? Just let us take an example. The question is, find slope of a line which passes through the 2 points whose coordinates are 3, 2 and minus 1, 5. We have to find the slope of line which passes through these 2 points. So here we have to find slope, but we don't know the theta. Theta is not given. So of course we will use this formula. So here this one will be the value of x1, y1. Be careful. Generally student most of the time in hurry they just write x1, x2. But the first, this is called an ordered pair. We cannot change the places. The first one is the value of x and the second one is the value of y. This is abscissa and this is ordinate. So this is x1, y1, x2 and y2. So the slope m will be y2 minus y1. y2 is 5, y1 is 2, x2 minus x1. Okay, so we'll get 5 minus 2 is 3 and here minus 4. So the slope of the line is minus 3 by 4. So this is how we can use this formula to find slope of a line. Now how to find angle between two lines? Now here we are given two lines and we have to find angle between these two lines. How we can find this? So this is x-axis and this one is y-axis, and we are given two lines. Let it be L1 and the next line given is L2. Okay, we are interested in finding the angle between line L1 and L2. So let this angle be theta. Okay, this is the angle between line L1 and L2. We can also take this angle, the angle between line L1 and L2. This is also the angle between L1 and L2, but this is acute angle and this one is obtuse. Okay, so we will find this one theta, and we know the slope. Slope means the angle between line and the x-axis, the angle between line and x-axis. So let here the slope be alpha 1, angle between line and x-axis, and let it be alpha 2. Okay, so these are the slopes of line L1 and L2 respectively, and we have to find the angle between the lines theta. So the formula is here. First I will write the formula, because derivation also, but the derivation is not in your syllabus, but still I will explain the derivation. But those who are not at all interested in the derivation, they can just see that formula. The formula is tan theta within mod. Within mod means the acute. We are finding the acute angle. Okay, because earlier we have seen if slope is positive, it means the angle is acute angle. That is for the case when theta is given, and means the relation between theta and slope. So here m2 minus m1 upon 1 plus m1 m2, and as we know that whenever we write any term in the form of p by q, the denominator should not be 0. So here also we will write 1 plus m1 m2 is not 0. So this is the formula by which we can find the angle between the two lines if their slopes are given. Okay, now let us see the derivation, which is not very difficult, but we can see the derivation here. Here let us say the slope of the first line m1, and m1, here the angle is alpha 1, so slope will be tan alpha 1, and slope of second line tan alpha 2. Okay, now we have to find theta. So we know that when two lines intersect each other, they make two pairs of vertically opposite angles. Okay, two pairs of vertically opposite angles, such that sum of any two adjacent angles is 180 degree. It means here this theta and this angle, let it be phi, they form a linear pair, so of course their sum is 180 degree. Now we have to find the relation between this alpha 2 and alpha 1. So when you see in this triangle, this alpha 2 is exterior angle, which is equals to sum of interior opposite angles. If this one is theta, this one is also theta. So we can write alpha 2 is equals to theta plus alpha 1, or we can also write alpha 2 minus alpha 1 is equals to theta. Okay, alpha 2 minus alpha 1 is equals to theta. So this we are going to use to derive this formula. So the formula to find slope is m, which is equals to tan theta. From this relation we can write tan theta is equals to how much? Means at the place of theta we can write alpha 2 minus alpha 1. And there is a formula again from the trigonometry topic, tan a minus b, which is equals to tan a minus tan b upon 1 plus tan a into tan b. Here a and b are theta. So here tan a minus b will be tan a means tan alpha 2 minus tan b means tan alpha 1 upon 1 plus tan a tan b. And this tan alpha 2, tan alpha 1 are nothing but m1 and m2, slope of first and second line. So this can also be written as, this is slope of second line and this is the slope of first line. So m2 minus m1 upon 1 plus m2 m1 or m1 m2, because multiplication follows commutative law. So this is the theta, okay, the angle between the lines, okay, the angle between the lines. This one is tan theta, right, means this angle. But we also have this phi, this is also the angle between the lines. So this phi, how we can find? This phi is nothing but 180 minus theta. Okay, so tan, how we can find tan phi? Tan phi we can find by putting phi equals to 180 minus theta, and tan 180 minus theta is minus tan theta. This is another formula again from the trigonometry. That is why if you are not at all interested in derivation, you can skip it, but if you really want to see, then you can just go through it once. So minus tan theta, and we know the formula of tan theta. You can put the value of tan theta here. So m2 minus m1 upon 1 plus m1 m2. So this is the value of, or this is the angle between, or we can say the acute angle between the lines, and this is the obtuse angle. Okay, so that is why we put mod. This is the acute angle theta between lines L1 and L2 with slopes m1 and m2. So we use this formula to find the angle between the two given lines, or the lines whose slopes are given. Now see how to solve the questions. So question is, if A, B and C are the 3 points, their coordinates are also given, find the angle between BA and BC. Here we are not given the slope, we are given the coordinates. So we can find slope of line BA and BC first, and then we can find the angle between these two lines. Okay, So first we will find the slopes of line BA and BC. So first we find slope of line BA. So coordinates of point A minus 2 comma 1 and coordinates of point B. So to find slope of line B and A, we'll take point B and A only. Okay. So the coordinates of point A minus 2 comma 1. So let it be x1 y1 and let this value be x2 y2. So we can find slope of BA and let it be m1. How we can find slope? If coordinates are given, y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. Simple. Now we'll put the value y2. Be careful when you put the values. y2 is 3, y1 is 1, x2 is 2 and x1 is not 2, it's plus minus 2, so minus minus plus. So the slope will be 2 by 4 means 1 by 2. This is the slope of BA. Now another line is BC. So now we'll find slope of BC. So point B whose coordinates are 2, 3 and coordinate C whose coordinates are minus 2, 4. So let this be x1 y1 and this be x2 y2. So slope of BC, let it be m2. Again by same formula, y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. y2 is minus 4, y1 is 3, x2 is minus 2 and x1 is 2. Okay. So here slope will be minus 7 by minus 4. It means 7 by 4. So now we got the slopes of line BA and BC. Now we have to find the angle. We will find the acute angle. Okay. So let theta be the acute angle between this BA and BC. So this acute angle we can find by using the formula tan theta is equals to within mod m2 minus m1 upon 1 plus m1 m2. Okay. So m2 means 7 by 4 and m1 is 1 by 2. So now we will put the value 7 by 4 minus 1 by 2 upon 1 plus 7 by 4 multiplied by 1 by 2. Now we will simplify. We'll take LCM. Here LCM is 8. Then 14 minus 4 is 10. And here 7 by 8. Then we will take LCM. So LCM will be 8 and 8 plus 7 is 15. This 8 and 8 will cancel out and we can also simplify this one. 5 2s are 10 and 5 3s are 15. So we'll get 2 by 3 in the mode. So this is the value of tan theta, but we have to find theta angle. So whenever we transpose this 10 will be tan inverse 2 by 3. So the angle is tan inverse 2 by 3. Okay. So the angle between the acute angle between the two lines ABA and BC is tan inverse 2 by 3. Now we know how to find the angle between two lines. Now we have two conditions. The first condition is, what if the two lines are parallel? What about the angle between the two parallel lines? And what if the lines are perpendicular to each other? What about the angle between the lines? Okay. So this is the first condition. Condition means we know that if the lines are parallel, then the slopes means their angles. We know the relation between the angle, but what about the slope? Okay, when the lines are parallel to each other and when the lines are perpendicular to each other. Okay, so this is first condition. Condition for parallelism of line means when two lines are parallel. Okay, the two lines are parallel. So if two lines with slopes m1 and m2 are parallel. So if you see in the figure, when two lines are parallel, either here or here, if two lines are parallel, then their slopes will be equal. Okay, slope means with the angle between the, here the slope is 0 because the line is also parallel to the x-axis. But what if we have two lines and the lines are parallel but not parallel to x-axis? So this angle, they are parallel, and this is not this, here the x-axis is nothing but the transversal. So these two are corresponding angles. So when two lines are parallel, their corresponding angles are equal. So in the same way, when two lines are parallel, their slopes are equal. Okay, then the angle between them is of 0 degree. Okay, slopes are equal. The angle between them is 0 degree. The angle between these two lines will be 0. So in this case, we can say when the two lines are parallel, then their slopes are equal. M1 will be equals to M2. You can see from the figure, the slopes are, the theta same means slopes are same. Okay, so when two lines are parallel, their slopes are equal. Second condition, when the two lines are perpendicular. This is our second case. When two lines whose slopes are m1 and m2, if they are perpendicular to each other, means the angle between them is 90 degree. The angle between the lines is, when the lines are parallel, the angle between them is 0 degree. Okay, and when the lines are perpendicular, the angle between them is 90 degree. So if the angle between them is 90 degree, so here we can take the angle between the line 1 with positive x-axis is theta 1, and the angle between the line, second line, and the x-axis, let it be theta 2, and we have to find the angle between, let the angle between the line be theta. Okay, so this theta is nothing but the difference between both the angles. Just now, this is again derivation which is completely up to you. Okay, so from here we can write theta 2, means we are finding, now theta is 90 degree, the angle between the lines is 90 degree. So theta 2 will be 90 degree plus theta 1, and slopes we can find tan theta 2, and here also tan 90 plus theta 1. So tan theta 2, tan 90 plus theta is minus cot theta. We have seen the relation. And cot theta, cot theta can be written as 1 by tan theta. So when you transpose, you will get tan theta 1 multiplied by tan theta 2 is equals to minus 1, and tan theta 1 means slope of first line and tan theta means slope of second line. So we got the relation between the slopes. So if you didn't understand this one, you first go and check the angle, the relation between, or the angle between the lines. Okay, this line you can understand from that derivation. So in simple word, when the two lines are parallel, the slopes are equal. When two lines are perpendicular, then the product of their slopes is minus 1. That's it. Okay, the first thing we need to keep it in our mind is, when two lines are parallel, then slopes are equal. When two lines are perpendicular to each other, the product of their slope is minus 1. Okay, so far we have discussed 4 or 5 formulae. So let us write all the formulae. The first one is, if theta is the angle between the line and positive x-axis. So if we are given theta and we want to find slope, then the slope can be found by using the formula m equals to tan theta. This is the first formula. Second, if we are given the coordinates and we have to find the slope, what is given? Coordinates of 2 points are given and we have to find we have to find slope. Then how we will find the slope? y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. This is the formula to find the slope of a line whose coordinates are given. Coordinates of 2 points are given. Okay. After this, we have seen the formula to find the angle between the two lines. The formula to find the angle between two lines is tan theta within mod m2 minus m1 upon 1 plus m1 m2. And next case we have seen for parallelism, when two lines are parallel, then their slopes are equal. And the next one, when two lines are perpendicular, the product of their slopes is -1. So these are the 5 important points which we have discussed in today's class. Now after this we will solve question based on all these miscellaneous questions we will solve.